This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 36, Autobot Drift and Dinobot Tops Ptery and Sharp T. I picked up this figure at Our Toys here in Manila, and here's a quick look at the packaging. Very cool. The rest of the assortment, and if I'm not mistaken, this in the US, this figure is, I believe, a Walgreens exclusive. But since we don't have Walgreens here in Manila, I had to pick this up at a local hobby shop. It cost me about $60 US, thereabouts. It's fair trade, you know, shipping, taxes, and all that. So, all right. And here is the Transformers of the Last Night Autobot Drift, Deluxe Class Autobot Drift. Now only $7 on clearance out here in Manila. Let's crack this one out of packaging. And here is Drift and the baby Dinobots out of packaging, and the figure looks gorgeous. I can't imagine this is just a repaint. It looks absolutely fantastic. Let's start with the useless items first. I thought these Dinobots were probably the most useless pieces of equipment that came with this particular figure. I mean, the price is almost double a deluxe class figure. Actually, it is double the deluxe class figure. Hasbro's charging us double just so you can have the baby Dinobots. I mean, first of all, this is not how Transformers were produced. Maybe Dinobot. I have no idea why Michael Bay came up with this. I thought everybody came from the Allspark, and this is just ridiculous. So who's the mother? I mean, did Grimlock just spawn these guys? Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But the details are absolutely fantastic. It's a shame it's a mix of gray and gunmetal metallic gray. I wish they were all gunmetal metallic gray, but they're actually well detailed. But I thought they were the most useless. So here is Tops. You get to see that it's a Triceratops, I guess, the baby of Slug. Doesn't do anything except move the feet on hinges. Tail doesn't move. The neck is on a hinge a little bit. Metallic green eyes. That's about it. Terry's probably my favorite. The head doesn't move, or does it? It doesn't. Well, a little bit. The beak moves a little bit like that. The head, I suppose. Blue metallic eyes. Some gunmetal metallic silver on the body. The arms or wings can just swivel. Feet are on swivels. And finally, Sharp T, I guess. This is Grimlock Jr. The head can chomp. Some purple, metallic purple eyes. The legs move, but the arms don't. Tail doesn't move either. So, yeah. They're okay, but for the price, the double in price for a deluxe class Studio Series figure, I don't think it's worth it. Okay, now let's take a closer look at Drift. Oh my goodness, look at this guy. Wow, he doesn't have double swords. I put the swords together like that. And they can peg in here as well, just like the old Drift figure. And he's got those small katanas or small daggers right there as well. They can peg in the back. They're the same, but what he does have, something new, is his big ass sword. And wow, this is the one we've seen that he keeps on throwing away and throwing at the opponents, throwing at the Decepticons, and stabbing and just leaves them. And somehow in the next scene he has another sword. So I thought this was great. I thought this was a great touch. This was something that maybe Takara would do for a movie best Drift. And I'm glad they did it here for the Studio Series. It's absolutely fantastic. It's in a darker sort of flake gunmetal, not gunmetal gray, but a little bit of a bronzy type of gray. And it's not made of that soft PVC material. It's actually a little bit firmer. Yeah, I like it. It's a lot stiffer, a lot harder type of plastic. And I think this is going to break if you accidentally sit on it or whatever. So be careful with this one. It's got some gold detail on it. Love the accuracy of this sword. Could use a bit more paint though, but as it is, the plastic they used on this one, very, very happy with it. So here are the instructions. The instructions don't say how to store that big ass sword, that big sword, big katana. It just says you can make him hold it, and that's it, which is a shame, because if you look closely on the sword, there is sort of like a tab right there that I feel should be able to tab somewhere in the robot. And it's way too big for any of the slots that we have on him, and it's a shame. I wish there was a way to just have it on his hip or something like that, but there's no way to tab it. The others fit nicely on his backpack, but this one, somehow, he'll just have to hold it. Or if you want, you can just put it at the back right here. It's a shame. But the sword itself, absolutely love it. So taking a look at the finer details of the figure, I love what Hasbro's done with this. All that red highlight on black glossy plastic is really working wonders for this actual mold. You get some silver highlights for the car. The actual head sculpt is just absolutely magnificent. It just popped out with this new colors of red and gold, and with the black plastic, really, really nice. So the figure also comes with a cardboard insert diorama, which, if you remember the last night, this is the scrapyard or the auto junkyard where they were hiding from the Decepticons. And here is Studio Series Drift with the Last Night Deluxe Class Drift. As you can see, the body is exactly the same mold. I mean, they didn't change the body. What they did, however, do is give us a brand new head sculpt. Look at that. It's actually a different head sculpt. It's a more accurate head sculpt. And as you can see, wow. Wow. The paint does make it pop even more, I presume, but as you can see, the body, the legs, the arms are exactly the same. But that head sculpt, absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, the even details of the torso, they really got this one right. This is the sword for Studio Series, and this is the sword for the Last Night Drift. And as you can see, why would they change the color? They already had a good thing going with this one, and they had to go and use gray. I have no idea why. Maybe they wanted a lighter color, but I thought this was a better choice of color. So yeah, same with the others, and even with the small blade. Sure, it looks good, but this one I think actually looks better, and it will match the color that you already chose for the big sword. So why change it? I don't understand why they did that. And this particular drift that I picked up on clearance, I got lucky, and it came with an extra, for some reason, it came with an extra dagger. It just fell off the box when I opened it. I was like, wow, it's finally good to be, it finally feels good to actually be on the, not on the short end of quality issues. I mean, I've been getting, if you know my history with Transformers, I've always been getting quality issues, either I'm missing a hand or missing a weapon, but this time around I have an extra weapon, and that feels great. Articulation for Drift is still going to be the same, since it's exactly the same mold. The head is still on a ball joint, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows, swivel wrist because of transformation, ball hinge hips, high swivel, hinge knees, and ankle joints, ankle hinge. Okay. Transform the figure. Very simple. Exactly the same transformation as the old figure. The new head sculpt is not going to hinder anything. And the transformation. Okay. And fold up the shoulders like that, like that. Okay, fold up the feet. Go ahead and join the feet. That. Okay. Fold the fenders. Okay. Okay. All right. All the doors. That. And there. That. Just collapse the rear end. Like that. There is Drift in his Mercedes-Benz alt mode. Rolls really nice. Still rolls very nicely. Very little mold degradation on him. And here he is in alt mode with the Last Night Drift. And as you can see, comparing the paint apps with the previous figure, this new mold, this new version of Drift is absolutely immaculate. I love it. I mean, there are some inconsistencies with the paint. You get that black, really nice, glossy hood. And then the fenders are all in that dull, kind of glossy sort of plastic. Which is a shame, because this one and the previous one is more homogeneous. But I do love this sort of racing effect on him. This sort of tricked out sort of paint scheme on him. It's just a shame. I wish they could have used the same type of black paint on this one. The plastic feels unpainted. They've painted this one because it's clear plastic and all that. And it's a shame. But putting them side by side, I still love how this one looks better than this one. The rims on this one are done in black with just a painted red outline. This one is all red rims. You still get that red stripe on the side, underneath the bottom fenders. It's very cool. I just wish they would have made it more consistent, but as it is, it's fine. The windows, windshield, this one is clear white plastic. This one is a little bit smoked. Smoked glass. You get that Autobot symbol right there. And this one, there's no Autobot symbol. Which is weird. I wish they would have put that Autobot symbol somewhere more inconspicuous, like on the side instead of up on top. The grill, very cool. Headlamps, definitely this one's better. It's done in silver. This one is done in blue, baby blue. Okay. Storing the weapons, still the same. They fit nicely on the underside, on the feet, under the feet. Just plug them in. And the smaller blades just under the back of the windshield right there, rear windshield right there. And again, for the life of me, I have no idea where to put this. There's just absolutely no way to store it. And the instructions, I've shown you the instructions. There's really no way to store it. It's a shame because there are tabs. It looks like it has been molded with tabs everywhere, and there's just no place to put it. What a shame. This was a missed opportunity. They could have remolded an arm or a shoulder here and there, or a hip, just so they could accommodate this particular weapon. And yeah, it's a shame. So all in all, I think it's a great set. It has some weaknesses, like I mentioned, where the big sword, there's nowhere to store it in robot mode and alt mode, at least not mentioned in the instructions. And I tried to find any slot, I couldn't find any. I wish they could have done that. And it's a little bit overpriced because we're getting some baby Dinobots. It's almost double what you normally pay for a deluxe Studio Series figure. But I think it's a great set, and it's a very nice update of Drift, and it's going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 36 from Transformers The Last Night Drift. Thanks for watching.